how to take killer Airbnb photos that win. We're going to play this by the textbook. Okay, so I'm a photographer. I've been a professional photographer for a very long time, and that's one of my advantages in Airbnb. By the way, I've been Airbnb hosting for almost 10 years. I made millions of dollars on Airbnb. I have a portfolio of a couple dozen properties. So you're getting advice from someone who knows what they're talking about, right? So how do you actually take photos to get to the first page? Photos that people actually want to click on. Because on Airbnb, when you're taking photos, that is the highest leverage activity that you can have to get to the first page. Yes, you should have a great description. Yes, you should have great customer service. And you should also have great reviews. But when you have no reviews, your photos have to stand out. So how do you actually do that? That's what I'm going to show you by the end of this video. I'm going to give you some tips that I've used to consistently get onto the first page. The first thing, you want to open up all of the windows and curtains in the listing. Before you take any photos, open up every door, every window, so everything is bright. You want as much natural light in as possible. Now, if it's a dark room and you can't necessarily do that, try as best as possible to have natural light and not candle lights, right? Just for the photos. Now, if you're taking a video, you do want artificial light so that you can have balance, which is why we have this light right here. But if you are taking photos, it's just one image, one frame, you want as much natural light as possible. So get those whites to really pop. And then once you have all of those doors, windows, curtains opened up, then what you're going to do is that you are going to take photos from the corners of the room. So for example, this would be a corner. You're going to take from this corner to catch the entire room. You're not going to take from here. You're going to take from there. That's one example. Once you are taking from the corners, then you're able to capture more of the space from what people are going to be seeing. Yes, most people won't go stand in the corner to see what the place looks like. But when you are using your photos and your professional camera to take your photos, you're going to be taking from the corner. So you're going to have balance shots, but you're also going to have corner shots. That's the next thing. Third thing. Once you are going to take your photos, you're not going to just use an iPhone. No, many iPhones are great at taking photos, but truly professional cameras have a little bit more detail that iPhones just don't have. What do I mean by that? They capture deeper colors so that when you get into Photoshop, you can actually edit the colors a lot more. Believe me, a professional camera captures a lot more color than an iPhone does, even though iPhones are great. So then use a professional camera, professional DSLR camera, no problem, to take the photos. But it's not just about taking great photos. Yes, you're going to use a professional camera, but there's more to it than that. Let's dive a bit deeper. So once you have those photos, you're going to take it with a professional camera. But before you even take the photos, you have to recognize, that's my clock. Before you even take photos, you have to recognize, by the way, I'm in an Airbnb in Suriname. I'm traveling the world right now. So I make these videos so I can help you, just in case you didn't know. Anyway, let's get back to the story. So when you're taking these photos, before you even take a photo, you need to be able to stage your photos to tell a story. What does that mean? First of all, you have to know the story that your place is going to tell. Who are you trying to target with your Airbnb listing? Are you targeting students? Are you targeting women? Are you targeting older men? Are you targeting younger men? Are you targeting families? These are the things that you need to decide first. Because, believe it or not, that will determine how you stage and then how you write your description based on who you're talking to. Not everyone is going to want to go to your listing. So you need to know who your market is and you need to know them very, very well. So what does that mean? Your market, for example, they may want convenient check-in, they may want coffee in the morning, they may want a comfortable bed, and they may want, for example, a blow dryer. You need to take photos of these things being used in practice. So instead of, for example, just showing the bed made, yes, it looks clean, but put a towel in a design like a swan or a heart and show that it's comfortable, right? Make it put a throw towel on the bed, right? Put a teddy bear on the bed so that it looks a bit more comfortable. That's the difference between just showing a bed and showing staging. Make sure that there's a plant in the picture. Make sure that there's paintings on the walls. Make sure that it looks sort of romantic, right? Because that's a better shot than just putting a bed. Make sure that the floor is clean. Make sure that there's a rug underneath the bed, or at least some type of thing on the floor so that people can wipe their feet before going into bed. These are important things, and it shows that you're putting effort into your photos. It's a very big deal. Let's say you're taking pictures of the kitchen. Don't just show the kitchen as, hey, this is the kitchen. Show the utensils actually being set on the dining table. Show a cup of coffee with steam coming out of it. Show, for example, inside the cup of coffee, it says good morning, or there's a heart, or there's some type of design. Show fruits on a platter instead of just showing, hey, this is where you can make food, right? That's effort, and it shows. If someone is coming because they have work in the morning, they're going to want to make coffee. Show the different designs of coffee that you have available. Show that you have what's the word? The one that starts with an A. The different types of coffee, the K-cups. Show the different flavors. You have caramel, you have dark chocolate, you have milk chocolate, you have all of these different flavors of coffee. I love coffee. I have coffee every morning. In fact, I'm having this, and I had some coffee as well, even though this doesn't have caffeine. Anyway, but my point is, if you have photos of your kitchen, don't just show, for example, the wine glass. Show a bottle of wine half filled with two glasses of wine next to each other, instead of just saying, hey, we have wine glasses. That's a much better feel. And of course, if you have photos of wine glasses, then you're probably not targeting children anymore. You're targeting a couple. So then if you are targeting couples, include that wine shot maybe as one of the first 5 photos. But if you're targeting kids, then instead of putting the wine glasses, show a table of 4 set, so that you have, for example, a foosball table inside. Let's say you have a dart wall for darts on the wall. Let's say you have that. Show a picture of that. Show things that you have for the people that you are targeting. This is how you tell a story. That's before you even take any photo. So then, getting back to taking the photo, take from the corners. Now, none of your shots must be wasted. If you have a wasted shot, then you are losing attention and people will click off of your page. If you are not taking great photos, then people are going to click off the page. But more importantly, if you are having 6, 7 photos of the bedroom, that's unnecessary. At most, you have 3. At most, 3 to 4. Okay? And that 4th one is just in case you missed something from the first 3 and you want to include it. But at most, you don't need 7 photos of one bedroom. You don't. So then, if you have a picture of the bedroom, you're taking from the corner, so you capture as much as possible. You're taking a detailed shot, and you're taking one additional photo that is different from the first 2, right? Maybe a balanced photo from the foot of the bed showing the entire bed, or maybe a view from the bed to the window in case that's a good view. Something like that, that shows something different. But you don't need 10 photos of the bedroom. That's too many. Maximum 4, 3 to 4. Make sure that you have at least 3. Same thing with the kitchen, right? You don't need 10 photos of the kitchen. Of course, if you are taking an entire view of the kitchen, then you want to zoom in and maybe capture some details like the coffee maker or the stainless steel utensils that you have, or the stove, or inside of the fridge. Certain things like that make sense. But don't take 10 photos of the same thing. No wasted shots. But even before that, as a photographer, you have to understand that you're going to be choosing from maybe 500 photos to just get down to maybe 24 to 30. That's what it's like to be a professional photographer. You are taking a lot to get down to the best 25. So then, don't waste shots when you're taking. Take everything as much as possible. When you're choosing your photos, that's when you're selecting the best 3, 4 of each room. Okay? Does that make sense? Cool. Fantastic. Moving on. When you are placing your photos into your Airbnb listing, this is very detailed, by the way. I probably shouldn't put this up. This is too much. Anyway, all right. It's okay. So when you are actually placing your photos, the first 5 photos, your hero photo is the first photo. You're going to want that to be your most unique amenity. So for example, if that's your pool, everybody has a pool. That's what people are searching for. Put the pool in the first photo, right? But then if you're going into more detail, then maybe if you have a pool and a foosball table, put the foosball table in front of the pool so that it shows that you have both, right? That's the first photo, because remember, people are scrolling down. If everybody has a pool, but you have a pool and a foosball table, that makes a really big difference. Let's go again. If, for example, you have hammocks in your place or a really nice view of the city, put that in your first couple photos. Let's go again. If you have, for example, a grass wall, let's say this wall wasn't white. Let's say it was a grass wall with an Instagram neon lights kind of thing, kind of feel, put that in your first photo because that stands out. Then when people click onto your first photo, the first 5 photos are very important. You're not going to just show the bedroom. You're going to show, hey, this is the bedroom. This is another highlight feature. This is another highlight feature. This is the third one. This is the pool. This is the foosball table. This is the master bedroom. And this is the backyard, which is very unique because it has some type of art thing and it's very well designed. Does that make sense? So then what you're doing essentially here is that you are setting the stage in your first 5 photos. Once you hit your 6th photo, that's when you start going through things chronologically. What does that mean? It means you're taking someone from the journey when they go through the front door to all the way through the home, back out to the front door, which is your last photo, and then perhaps end with the city shots, right? So then, for example, what is the city looking like? What is the town looking like? This is the nearby center. This is a nearby street. This is some cool view. Not necessarily in your listing, but nearby your listing, okay? So you're taking people from the front door. This is the front door. This is the living room, or this is the foyer. This is the living room. This is the kitchen. This is the stairs. This is the first bedroom. This is the second bedroom. This is the third bedroom. This is the bathroom. This is the second bathroom. This is the fourth bathroom. This is the entertainment center. And you're going through and you're showing them so they feel like they're walking alongside you. And then when you are going into your photos, look at the listing descriptions for each of these photos. And you're talking through people as they're scrolling through. They're reading your listing description so they feel like they're following along with you as if it were a virtual tour. Remember, Airbnb does not have video yet. One day they will. But for now, they have photos and you can tell a story from your photos alone. So then what would you include in those in the photo descriptions, in the captions for each photo? You're telling things about the property that even though they're in the photos, even though it's in the description, you're putting them in the photo descriptions as well. So for example, include what the size of the beds, include how big the home is, include that you have a pool and how you can use the pool, include that you have a foosball table, include something interesting about the neighborhood, include something interesting about the city. You're selling people in each photo caption as they're following along. That makes sense. Include, like, if you have marble, put that in there. If you have something unique, put that in there. Always put something interesting in the photo captions as people are following along, because everyone is going to scroll through your photos. So it's the biggest leverage that you have. I think I'm going to stop there because I'm giving a lot of information and people should be paying for this. In fact, we do have a program. And if you're interested in that, then you should click the link in my YouTube description, because we have a community where we teach people these things and more, way more. So I'm going to stop there. If you want more information on Airbnb, I have more videos here for you to watch. So click to watch the next one and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Peace out.